Oh, he's on, okay.
Yes, yes, Leon's on
This
here.
is
We can
the,
have the L.
We won't be able to hear you. He can call in.
I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work.
I don't either, because he's on his cell phone.
Yeah, I don't know if he can interact back and
He
forth.
really needs to call in to somebody's cell phone instead of
You
being on
can call
there, 'cause
into mine.
we can't communicate.
I don't know
with
if
him.
he
We
can
can't
see it. I don't know if he can see it and call in. the same
Leon, if
time.
you're out there, text me on my phone and tell me if you can hear me.
We can't hear him.
Right. Because I don't think we can hear you.
Cause he don't have no,
Can I just FaceTime somebody?
he don't have.
That's what I said, he doesn't have an iPhone.
Oh, what's wrong with you, Leon?
iPhones are crap. Everybody knows.
Excuse me.
I like my iPhone.
Excuse me.
They make great bricks.
Well, Android does have a whole lot more free stuff on it. I'm not gonna-
Yeah. you
Well,
want
I
to
can
pay
call
for it,
him
yeah.
and get him on the, can we do him virtually? Is that, are we
Oh, yeah.
legal that way? We can, and he can
Yeah,
vote?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
let me
then he
get
can just,
him on the
he'll just
phone.
have to get off of that. Cause he can't do both of them. 'cause he's doing it off his
Okay, well, let
phone.
me message
Yeah.
him and tell him. get
Oh,
off
yeah,
Zoom.
yeah.
Yeah, just tell him to call you when he gets done or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready to start?
I think so.
We are. Is that rolling? Are we live?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is 6:31, August 11th. We're here for a special session budget workshop. I'd like to call this meeting to order. If everyone would stand for the invocation.
Heavenly Father, we ask for your blessings on all of us gathered here this evening. We're truly grateful to you for allowing us the ability to be involved in the work of the city. We humbly pray for the wisdom to do the work that is beneficial for all of our citizens. We ask, Father, for your guidance in governing our city and to make decisions that will help in our efforts to move our city forward. Father, just watch over us and keep us safe and healthy. We ask all of these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A wife, there's one up there.
What are you saying?
Yeah, well, I sprayed, kind of sprayed everything. It's got a little bit left up there, but I sprayed with all these other additional cases coming on. It's kind of got me leery.
I thought you were saying that's done or something.
Any announcements?
Took a bad Saturday.
This week at last.
To have the EDC.
But we can't hear
Monday.
you.
That's it.
Is he still on that?
Can you hear him? Can y'all hear him?
No, we're not good at hearing through
No,
that.
I hear, can y'all hear him?
We have to mute that or echo.
Can you put him on speaker?
Yeah, let me put you on the speaker. We're just gonna have to do this through the telephone. Okay? All right, I'll put you on speaker. Say something, can everybody hear you?
Say something, everybody hear you.
Can you hear us?
Okay, good.
Huh?
Something.
We hear you.
Okay, all right. Folks, we just had a little technical difficulty. One of the council members is not gonna make it in time, so what we've done, we've got him on the phone so that he can hear and get feedback, questions, concerns as we move through this. Is there any other announcements or anything like that?
I need to see if we can schedule a meeting for Monday and Wednesday of next week. No Monday.
For budget,
Uh-huh.
Tuesday's no good.
We can do Tuesday. He can't do Tuesday. We gotta have
You can't?
meetings on.
I can't do Monday or Tuesday next week. I can't. Everybody else can. All of us don't have to be here, but I'd like to be here.
Oh, okay.
I can do that.
Okay, I'll just have to readjust the EDC. I mean, I was trying to get EDC meeting.
We need to have, us to get together to propose our tax rate.
Okay,
And then at that point, we schedule a public hearing to move on.
okay.
And we
So
gotta have that done by,
it's when it has to be published, 7 days prior to our meeting. So that's why the time
Okay.
crunch is there.
You handle that and you and I'll figure out what days so we can handle
But
these.
we have to have 4 present for taxes.
Is there any way we can do it on Wednesday?
That. When would that be? Okay, the newspaper only publishes on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. It has to be.
Can I miss, if y'all still have a minute? I cannot do it Monday at all.
Well, Chris can't,
Chris can't.
he can't do Monday or Tuesday.
Me neither.
And
Mayor
Leon can't either.
So what does Wednesday do to us? We gotta post it in the paper. How does that work?
Has to be
We
posted.
got
7
to
days.
tell them when we're gonna have our public hearing for our proposed
Oh.
rate.
Can we do it Saturday? Yeah, can we do it Saturday morning?
I won't have time enough. This
We
is
can't
Wednesday.
put an agenda together that way. Today's Wednesday. You can't, well, I
Thursday,
guess-
Friday, Saturday.
well, no, yeah, but it's 6:30 on Wednesday. The meeting would have to be 6:30 on Saturday.
Yeah,
6:30
at
Saturday
evening.
night.
Does that not work?
Yeah, it wouldn't for me. I got a birthday.
It won't work for me, but I can do Zoom.
Okay. We'll work on that in the next couple of days. Any other announcements or anything?
We wanna say anything about the.
Then let's get it scheduled a little bit first, make sure.
Okay, any citizens input? It's not really citizens input that I've got, but I do have a question for the council. Not last year so much, but there was some last year and the years prior to that. Because I sat out there for years, during the budget workshops and, the audience was always, welcome for input, questions or things, just like the gentleman did last time. Does anybody have any problem with anything like that?
I personally don't.
I don't want to shut them off because a lot of them are scared now because of the COVID. And we obviously have no visitors here tonight. We may not get any, but I feel like at least we've tried to include everyone. What I was thinking about doing is using the, I think I can get online with this phone here. Guys, bear with me. Okay, I seem to be on there. Folks, if you're listening, get your pen and paper. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a number that you can call, you can message me with. If you've got any input, or questions or anything like that during the budget workshop. What we're gonna be working on today is the EDC budget, the occupancy tax fund, the USDA, and the police department special fund, and the West Milwaukee special park fund. Write this number down, guys. If you got a text or something, text me. The number is 903-268-8882. And I'll be watching this and the phone. If you've got some input, questions, concerns, or whatever, we're doing that. It's just always been, since I've been here, we've always been able to give input. And I think it's important for the citizens so that they're not felt left out, not being able to attend the meeting. And we're on Zoom, it's a perfect opportunity. But I just want to show some transparency that we're not, I try to hide this meeting or bypass people that may have some very legitimate questions and input. So again, that number is 903-268-8882. So if you've got some, give me a text and we will address your concerns as we're moving along. Okay, first up is the EDC budget. Let me get the stuff. EDC budget. The proposed budget, we have it here in front of us. Right now, as far as the income, the EDC has a current right now, EDC's CD in the amount of $56,346. Currently, there is $65,801.14. It appears that the carryover budget, prior year carryover was 35.5. So we get into the income accounts for both the sales and use tax. Have y'all had time to look over this? Do y'all have any questions or concerns
Yes.
regarding the sales and use tax, or any of those items under the income accounts?
Yes, I have a question. So on this particular, they're saying repayment of the loan from the city of West Waukene. If we've been paying that loan steadily back, why is it much higher this year than it's been in the 2 previous years?
Okay, looking at the budget column,
Uh-huh.
it was,
The proposed budget or budget?
the budget, the budget column, the 2021,
61.
that's how much they, anticipated that would be paid back. Our payments didn't start until November of last year,
Mhm.
so it was, October was missing because of the tax money really doesn't start hitting the account until January. So, we didn't start it, but this year,
But the actual was even more than that. It was
we paid,
72.41.
we've gone ahead and paid up through the end of this year.
Okay.
I mean, not the end of this year, the
Sure.
end of this budget year, which is September 30th.
Okay, so this is just
So-
making up for the difference of what we have not
We've
reimbursed.
paid that. So next year, for 12 payments, it's going to be, it's 1612.82 a month. And that is what we will owe them for the Rabbit Cove Road loan payment.
Right, and I think it's an interesting, and this is a point of interest here, is that this repayment of the loan that EDC did to the city for the grant matching for the Rabbit Cove, their Maze Lane project, is being repaid through city sales tax. So this city sales tax doesn't come in every week. How often does it
No,
come in?
no,
once a quarter?
no, the repayment of the loan is coming from the INS.
I thought you told me it was coming through
No,
the sales tax.
that INS is what that's the sales and use tax up there at the, where it says.
Oh, yes, sales
60,000.
use tax, yeah.
That's the sales and use tax. The repayment of the loan is our debt, is part of our debt.
Okay, I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. So the income accounts, they've got budgeted 79,373, which is the sales tax plus the repayment of the loan. And that's the two sources of income for the EDC, is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay, moving down to the total income and CD and carryover. The budget for 2021, which we're in today, is $101,648.20. The proposed budget is $79,373.84. What's the difference in those then?
See what she had, okay. Well, I see, okay. Up here, they were carrying over 35,000 of their sales taxes they had from the year before, that 35.5. They carried that over, added it to the total income from the loan payment, and their sales tax, brought it to 101,648.20. That's what it brought it to.
Okay, and then this year, they're proposing the total income added with the CD that they have in the bank right now and the carryover, they're coming up with 79,373.
Because they're not using, they don't use that CD, it's sitting
Right,
there.
right.
And they're not carrying over any cash.
Okay,
So they're only using what is being brought in.
okay, okay. And moving on down to expenses. On line item 11-12-103 fishing tournament, there is $6,000 budgeted for the fishing tournament. That's not one particular, I say it's probably not for one fishing tournament. It could be, I don't know whether they specified that or not.
They didn't.
That's several tournaments.
Yeah.
Everybody up against the wall.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I think they voted to split that between several
They
different
did.
tournaments, so, and they did that last year, so. Did it just one.
Down, the next one would be development and maintenance. I'm not sure what all that entails, but it's also budgeted at 6,000. I don't know what development and maintenance is.
Part of that is, I think, their website. and-
No, the website should be on a different line item.
No,
It's
I
not.
believe the development, hang on.
I am.
She
Yeah, I'm on
sent
the-
me a, I will show you a little paper that Cody
Visit
got.
Lanes Walking is their website.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they also, they also pay Tony, our
That's what that
city,
is. Okay.
city,
You see those little stars out there to the side?
All three of those are together.
All three of those.
Really?
The domain name and the WordPress is the 175. The development and maintenance of that visitlaketowakanie.com is what goes to Danny.
okay.
And, I don't know what the marketing is.
Okay.
750.
So we've got development maintenance, the work, domain WordPress 175, so marketing, promotions and others at 750. Everybody on board so far?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not sure where the other comes into effect. The word other,
Yeah, that.
and
kind of-
I should have said that on the top where it says other revenues.
Well, there's nothing in them. Oh, other revenues, there's zero.
Yeah, I mean, we took it out, but why is it even there?
Yeah,
Right.
I think it'll keep showing up just because it was a
You
line
carry it
item.
over a following year when you have it in the budget from the previous year, you still carry it.
So
you
we can
extend
take it
out,
out
you
this
can-
next year.
Yeah, you can extend it out on year.
okay. We've got 1,500 in the secretary wages. I want to look at that. Okay. All right, the secretary wages, which is Cody Ramsey. The budget for this year is 1,500. And I believe that works out to about 125 a meeting. She's the one that puts these things together, does the agendas and the minutes. And it's in line with the other assistant secretaries of other boards and committees that we have in the city, where we pay them, I think most all of them are paid at the rate of about $125 or not. One's not.
There's only P and Z and EDC.
Oh, that's it. Okay, well, those two are paid about, I think that they're not.
I think P and Z's paid 75.
Oh, okay. Here's one for internet hosts.
And you see this has not been paid for this year.
For 2021, yes, yes. And we need to go
I
and
need to
rectify
go
that.
ahead and pay that to general fund so we can pay Tony.
Okay.
Our,
Do we owe him that or do we already paid that?
actually, he paid $350 a month, so if they pay $700 of this, they will pay August and September's payment for the rest of this year.
Okay.
For the-
Well, let
They're not paying you what they do.
well, this $1,000 stems over from last year, not.
Well, actually, it was put in the budget again this year. See, last year, it was not, it was put in there,
Yeah, but
but
it
it wasn't
paid.
paid. It was
Right,
put in there this year, and still hadn't been paid.
right,
So they haven't paid their portion of what's posted on the website.
yeah.
Agendas for meetings, for minutes.
And we can work that out. The other administration, American National Bank charges, there's nothing there.
Yeah, what they had before, I looked it up, and that was for overdrafting from that
Oh,
year.
okay.
That's what that was.
They've got attorney's fees for current year, there was budgeted 3,000, and for the next budget year, we're talking about 21-22 is 5,000. Yes, yeah,
Okay, I'm just a little, I was on EDC for a long time. We have the development and maintenance and the domain name and WordPress for Danny. So we're giving Danny that much money to take care of that, which is the EDC website that she designed.
which is the visitlakewalkie.com?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I don't know what that figure is, but I thought it had been paid.
No, this is for the upcoming year.
Okay, so, the
So we
EDC,
have that. So why is Tony Jordan doing the exact same thing that Danny's being paid to do?
because I don't think Danny is correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know that Danny is actually putting things on the city website for agenda minutes and stuff like that. I don't know.
I just think it's kind of double dipping.
Well, and I was fixing to say the same thing as far as, I mean, if we're gonna pay somebody and we've already agreed to it, maybe we do it through the end of this current budget year, but I don't see why we would put it into next year's budget.
And Christian,
Because I'll be honest, when Danny first did it, it had nothing of West Walker. It was restaurants in Emory, Lake Fort.
It still has, because I was in
Yeah,
there
well,
the other night,
but-
she was showing it,
But,
and there's nothing in there of West Walker.
well, but this is two different things. That's something that the EDC entered into with Danny to build that specific website. This is what I'm looking at is for Tony, posting agendas and minutes.
He is in this column here for an internet host, because
Yeah,
their meetings has to be posted on our website if they're gonna be connected with.
right, and that's what I'm seeing that $1,400 for.
That's right.
What are they, what's the math on that? What's it, it's $100, $125 a month,
About 100.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, do we need that? I mean, we already got a website, right? We're already paying for a website. That anything we send to that person that we're paying for our website is supposed to be posted to our website. I'm lost, I guess.
When we're paying it as a city, what this is the EDC paying the city their portion.
Right,
of-
but that was just now talking about the EDC paying their portion of the city website because they have stuff going on our city website. So I mean, all's the same to me. It seems like to me, we're paying one person for some website work, and then we're paying another person for some website work. Now, if we were a Fortune 500 company, I think we'd be paying 10 people for website work,
Yeah,
but we're a little West Walker.
You're paying two different people for two different websites.
And these are the visit.
EDC has their own website, but we still have to post EDC minutes to the city website unless we work out a deal with Danny and they get it all under one umbrella. Currently, we are two separate websites, two separate people managing them.
well, that's kind of what I was trying, does that make, is that?
Yeah, but that's what we gotta get away from.
That's the whole purpose of trying to get a
Well,
meeting with Danny.
that is something that we'll have to get with one or the other or both. I will tell you that I spoke with one of them and they are interested in talks. We had the very same discussion about the two different website hosts or administrator or whatever. And they have expressed an interest in doing that for us. And taking it from two different people, managing them down to one.
I guess in my mind.
So I'll be talking to them next week.
I'm confused as small as our city is, how it's effective for us to have a city website, EDC website, and a Chamber of Commerce website that's also basically within our city, right?
We don't pay nothing.
Because they're all
I'm-
separate
I'm saying the
entities.
confusion part of it.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Every time,
Oh,
and,
okay.
and then we've got every Facebook page that everybody has created that has WT or West Walkeny
Yeah.
or West whatever, or this or that. I mean, we're our own worst enemy.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
So-
I agree
So
with
somewhere
that.
we gotta simplify this and have one website, right?
Well, it would be-
And have one Facebook at some point that, I mean,
Yeah,
and that's a whole other conversation. I'm just trying to say, we've got to streamline somewhere.
yeah.
Because right now, we're spread out so far, nobody knows what they're supposed to be
There's no
looking at, which
continuity.
direction to go. And it's like, well, we're our own worst enemy.
Well, I would, just my opinion, looking at what Danny's put on there, that is a beautiful website. It would be really nice if we could limit that to West Walking instead of Emory and Quinlan and Point and all these other things she's got on there, and use it for our city
There's a
website.
reason behind that though.
Yeah,
There's not
there is.
enough business in this town yet
Yeah,
to do that with.
She's
It was a little
she's using it to promote business.
Yes.
yeah, it was a little bit premature in my mind, but she's willing to take over and do our regular city of West Walkeny website.
Did you
And
actually
with
talk
the-
to her too?
Huh?
You actually talked to her too?
Who created the website for EDC?
Don't know.
Danny.
Oh, EDC, Danny, Danny, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm
I don't even
thinking,
have a clue who Danny is, but what I'm saying is,
You've met her. She's been here from the
Yeah.
chamber before.
well, I mean,
Danny Dennison.
it's Alzheimer's sometimes.
well, I've met a lot of people.
Ever since he got glasses.
No, I've met a lot of people, so, but
You'd know her if you saw her.
at the end of the day, we need to look at, if we're gonna do this in our budget, we need to make this decision in the thought of, maybe we have one website at one point
Mhm. I agree.
that is ran by one person. So that's what I'm saying is, do we feel like that the monies that are here, because apparently there's a lot of people here sitting at this table know a lot more about this than what I do. I'm asking a question. Is, do we feel like the monies that are here would be sufficient enough for us to achieve that? I have no idea what the website costs.
No, I
The
don't-
monies that are there for what she's already started are probably enough to get most of what we need, I think.
Yeah.
But to switch it over,
To do the city, that's gonna be a whole nother fee, and then to join them together. What she's done there is only covering the EDC one.
Yeah, and what that would
No, no,
do,
no. And I think she understands that. She's saying what is there would be maybe almost enough to be able to add the city to what's already going on.
to what's
Not
already
It's a
enough.
done.
whole different length, it's a whole different, you have our website that's gonna have to be maintained and brought into that is a whole. There's a whole big thing.
I think this EDC website is not an interactive type, I mean, I wanna say interactive.
If
It's
y'all,
not
if
something,
y'all will look at the pages that are stapled to the back of this, go to Sean Graphics. That bill, she
oh,
has.
is there by detail?
She has been paid, to, start up what she has already done. $750 for the internet host. That looks like for July and August. And creating the www.lakewalkeny. She's been paid $1,000 for that. So
Well,
she's been paid $1,750 for the preparation of this already.
What you have.
And so 6,000 next year is, I guess, gonna be her updating it, running it and whatever. And if
Maintenance
it's
fee.
$6,000 for a small one, can
no,
you imagine how much it's gonna be for the
Yeah.
cities? That,
in
I don't know.
my mind, we need to have the discussion of one person running both.
I think what I was getting at, or what I was afraid of is we don't have enough information here to know what we're talking about,
Yeah,
to be able to put a number.
We don't.
we don't.
That's
I
where
don't
I was,
think we
that's
do.
where I was going. That's what I was, I didn't know what anybody else knew here. That's why I was asking.
Well, we should have an idea next week. I asked for it, for information from her.
Okay.
I've talked to her about it. I also explained that I would rather keep our money local. She is local, and I'm all for local businesses.
Me too.
For somebody, way out in Grand Prairie, I would just rather keep it local. And that's something, as soon as I get we may have to amend that. We may end up having to amend it somehow, once we figure out, what she would do it for, but she's
Would
gonna
it
look
be
into
helpful
it.
to have her in here?
As a matter of fact, I asked her about that, not tonight or anything like that, but I was talking about having a EDC meeting Monday. And I was hoping to get her here for that, but I also asked her about doing the other website, and she'll have to look. I mean, the city website is the most archaic website I've ever been on. You cannot get around.
Yes.
You can't find anything. I've been doing it for years, and I still cannot find what I want to find when I want to find it. It's not user friendly at all.
So with that being said, would we be able, so we're not gonna be able to approve this, it's gonna have to be changed. If we approve-
We can prove it.
We can
Let's
approve it.
continue going through these items and see if there's anything else that you need to take to their board next Monday to go over these
Okay.
items, because some of them, we don't know what their plans are.
Yeah,
Okay, on that 11-10-101, where it says internet post, that's to repay the city for what they haven't paid towards
the
that.
$1,000, yes.
$1,000 is, but they're putting 1,400, they're wanting to pay more next year, in the next year's budget is what,
Yeah, now
for postings on the
that
website.
$1,000 you're seeing on this year's budget, there's a check written, ready to be signed to go either to the city to repay it or go directly to the other website administrator. Yeah,
So I would leave that 1,400
Actually,
until we know what we're
actually, I
doing.
haven't cut this check.
I thought you'd
It was,
already
it was the year before and it was never signed, never
the
passed.
year before, okay,
She wouldn't
I
sign
lost
it.
that, yeah,
They-
last year, that's
They
right,
wouldn't
that's
sign
right,
it last year.
that's right. So this would actually be paying that year, 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And that needs to be settled. And at that time, Tony was the only one doing our website updates and stuff like that. And that's for the city website, not for the EDC Visit West Tawakoni. Is it Visit West
Visit
Tawakoni?
Lake
Texas?
Tawakoni.
Lake Tawakoni, I'm sorry. Visit Lake Tawakoni. So we like to deal with this another
So
time.
what is the unknown $75?
Where's that at?
I see it.
Oh, down there
It
at the
says
bottom.
new.
No, it's right,
It's
almost
new,
middle of the
unknown.
page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the one that put these numbers in. These two items that say new out to the side or new, they do not have a number here, identifying number, there's a new category.
The Texas EDC, is that like some kind of fee or?
I think
With
so,
TEDC,
yeah.
it's a membership fee for TEDC, which is the Texas Economic Development
Right,
Corporation.
well, that's what I figured, that was a membership fee, but the unknown for
Yeah, it needs,
$75.
yeah, well, yeah.
And then
I don't know what that is.
the grant writing, 8250, and then you got grants down lower, but that's a facade grant, I think, 7,500.
You're right.
But-
That grant writing, I believe, is that Azimuth grant.
Asthma.
Azimuth grant that they were going for. I know they were talking about it.
So that's what
I
I was,
know.
do we
I'm
know if
not
there's
sure
one
what that
inside?
is, but I do remember they had discussion on that.
Okay, I know exactly what it is because I sat into the EDC meeting a couple of weeks ago. They had a big thing on the screen where this grant writers were talking to them. And what they do is, this is their fee with those grant writers. And what they do is they do research and find what grants the city is
Eligible for.
subject for, available for. And then they come back to you and say, this is the things that you can write, get a grant on. And then you decide which ones you want, and then they will spend so many, I think it's 200 hours on research and writing the grant for you, for the city.
But this is something new. I mean,
Yes.
obviously, there was no money in the budgets before.
Right.
Apply for it.
So that's the company's fee for that.
Good.
Do you know anything that they were looking at, is there anything specific grant that they were trying to get a
I
grant
don't think
for?
they really knew.
No,
where
this,
their line-
no,
It was
this,
just a service out there that they wanted to have.
it's a
money
service
for.
out there
Okay.
that
I'm good with
actually
that.
looks
There's so
for the
many
grants
grants
for
out there.
you.
There's so many grants out there that if you don't have the wherewithal, you'll never.
Oh, yeah, I'm
you'll
already
never get-
researching and looking at writing grants, I don't wanna do it.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I,
with you, I don't want to do it either.
No.
I've kind of read enough about it that it's like, wow, that's, but, okay, so does anybody know what the infrastructure development is?
That was my question. I don't know what that is.
I'm looking, oh, down here at the bottom, that's a good question.
27,150.
I have no idea.
Okay, last year what they spent like 6,500 on.
I
No,
guess,
no, 15,000.
No, I bet that 6,500 is
For the
for
side
rock in the park.
Oh, that's right.
well, 6,500,
That's on grants.
there's there's
That's your-
15,000. Well,
Those grants are facade grants.
budgeted
No.
last year.
No, he's talking about the,
I know, you're talking the line out 100, infrastructure development.
Infrastructure
It
development,
says to
21.
James Grady. For
And
$5,000.
that's what that was for gravel.
yeah.
We now do remember that we got them to kick in, we kicked in some,
Right.
and they kicked in
Yeah.
some.
Well, the reason why I asked is last year we had 15,000 budgeted, right?
Yeah,
I'm reading this right. This year, we're looking at up in that 27,150,
but what part?
but what are our plans?
I don't know, that's, some of this, I'm hoping somebody in EDC will be able to enlighten me on this.
I was
Seems like
fixing,
when I was in the.
I was fixing to say, it's kind of disappointing we don't have at least one EDC representative.
And
Whenever I sat in on that meeting, I wish I brought my notebook, but seems like part of that was also the side grants,
Yeah.
That's what that 7,500 down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the facade grants were. for-
Which I don't see where we're gonna put 7,500 worth of side grants in this
That's
city.
3 grants.
But for who? There's no businesses. There's one that I know of that's eligible.
And yeah, we're eligible, they do the work and turn it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm with Kevin, I don't see
I
that
don't-
many
I don't know
people
who,
doing
though.
that. I mean,
Has anybody, I don't see how y'all would be able to qualify for one.
Why would we
They
not
can.
qualify? We
Yes, they
qualified
can.
this year.
Yeah,
Really?
yes, as long as they turn in all the correct paperwork with the receipts and everything, and it meets the criteria, they are eligible, they can win it as many years in a row as they want. to.
Any of the businesses can do it, qualify for it.
And it's helped several.
It has, it has, but I'm just trying to figure out who would do it this year.
No
Yeah, it
one
would
is
have to
planning
be-
on it.
I think,
And I'm surprised, and that's new to me. I would have, in my mind, I'd
Chris
never
will
thought the
probably
fire
do
department
it,
would have
Eddie
been able
Fox will
to.
probably do another one.
Any business can.
I guess I don't look at the fire department as a business. It's an entity rather than-
well, I think, Chris and I talked about
There's
this.
no product, there's no charging service.
I know Rancheros could apply for one.
This one we're talking
That's the
about.
only one that I've seen in the city.
Chris and I had a conversation about this very subject on that. They're getting ready to pave the parking lot of and I told him my opinion of it. That I didn't feel like a parking lot was really a facade grant eligible. I mean, maybe y'all disagree, huh?
According to the rules, it is.
It says pavement,
It says parking lot improvement.
okay, it just doesn't, it just sounds a far cry
If you're
from facade.
improving the outside of that business, then
Yeah, but
That's amazing. I mean,
it's not
that's good.
improving
That's
the
good.
outside
I
of
just-
the business, it's improving the facade, which is the face, the what you see as a building, whether it be repainted or you've added some what do you call those not drapes or canopies or something like that. Things like that to me are a facade.
Okay.
It's the facade.
But I think it also includes landscaping and.
I can understand that,
So
yeah.
that's, to
Yeah,
me,
we've got our sign we're ready to look at, brick in the front of the building, so,
Okay.
but all the businesses are really.
I think we need to back up to 11-8-108, the park digital sign. You'll see that in red. I guess that's the actuals for 35,455. That money, that is not a true number. What has been paid is half of that. Half of the 35,500. That's for the sign, the digital sign at the park, and only half of that's been paid.
Yeah, the,
There's still a remaining balance of 17,000.
yeah, the check was made out, May the 3rd, and it hasn't been signed. It's still sitting in here in the safe.
And the reason for that, guys, is because we don't have to sign it. Yeah, what it was a half down for a digital sign, and that was back around the first of the year. And they have not completed it yet. We don't know the status of it yet.
My understanding is they can't get in touch with the guy that said he was doing.
Like that. So we're down to infrastructure development, not knowing what that 27,150 is, correct? So that's one thing we got a big question on. I don't know.
Yeah, because they don't have, EDC doesn't have a building of EDCs or anything. I'm trying to figure out, is there a plan of something in the city this time around?
Maybe they're gonna help rebuild City Hall.
I think from that meeting, they were talking about a parking area in the park. Is one of the things they were talking about. Yeah. So that may be part of it.
Well, I'm going back up to the attorney's fees for 5,000, it was 3,000 for the year before, and the new proposed is 5,000. I don't unless
More communication maybe for proposed things that they were anticipating.
well, it could be also too, to deal with that property, thinking that he's gonna have to be involved in the contract and everything, all that, because he's gonna have contingencies on that land to where for some reason,
Oh, yeah,
like a performance bond.
yeah,
If
here,
they don't do what they're supposed to do the first 6 or 8 months, whatever it is, then we get the property back, because it did take quite a bit of money to get that property back the last time EDC sold it. The grant writing, I just don't know about. I don't know, have any idea what that 8250 is. I don't see how you can put a number on grant writing when you don't know what.
Because that's their fee.
That's their.
Well, a lot of times it's the fees based on the amount of the grant.
No, this
So
one-
this guy is, that's what he's charging
Who is
to
he?
go
Who is he?
the research.
to research and do, I don't know, I don't have his name.
I don't have the name in front of me, but the company that they're talking about going with does all the research and comes back with them and tells you what you're eligible for, and then we'll write the grant. And that's their fee for their minimum package. That includes the research and the writing.
yeah, I think you said a while ago, it's something like 200 hours or something.
Yeah, if I remember right, it's like 200 hours
Right,
of research.
There's somebody's gonna find a grant, that's good. I love
Well,
it.
I don't know,
I like it.
this year there was, going down to job workforce relations. There was 5,000 budgeted, but none actually spent, and then this next year is 6,000 on job workforce relations. I understand that this is something that's gonna be, something to do with the school or at the school. And it was brought to my attention that one of the members asked, how much is Glenn paying? Yeah. 0. Why are we doing this, doing a workforce job fair and no one else is part of it?
Because the job fair is for West Milwaukee, not for
But how many people do you really think, if you put, if you paved the road with gold to a brand new job? In my mind, you're not gonna have anybody from this city go, I mean, if there's a job in town,
I'm just saying, if I remember right, that's what it was for. It was for West
It is.
Walton.
there's,
Well,
Kids that
there's
were
not enough
graduating
jobs.
now.
I think we're early.
Yeah, that's, I mean.
I think we got the cart before the horse right
Yeah, because you gotta create the jobs first before you have a job fair. That's my,
there. You can't hire for jobs that aren't.
yeah, and there's not, I mean, I don't think you got here is Dell's, but she's not hiring anybody. Scotty's may have a few or certain pay.
Okay.
In Dollar General, I just don't,
Right, but that wouldn't warrant a job fair.
No.
You're only talking about 3 or 4 entities that would be hiring people.